Welcome. Welcome to the stream where I'm going to answer questions. If you have questions for the stream and you did not submit them into Discord, you can submit them into chat. But preferably, I would love a recording from you all if you need help. So, yeah, feel free to send requests. Let's get into it. I need to change that transition. There we go. Let's do Discord, and we'll do singing help. Do the same thing here. Actually, I'm gonna tie in some celebs and stuff. Makes it more watchable. I want to watch that. Okay. Wow, it's been a while since I've responded to this. RIP. It may be recording anxiety. Volume warning. I hope this isn't painful to your ear. Would this be considered flaglet? Flaglet. As far as requests, Slipper, the only way I can take requests, because even if I had 24 hours in a day, I actually couldn't do every request. So, the way to get a request is if you're a member, there's a stream once a week, and out of the member requested videos, I choose something at random. And then Patreon, which gives you a guaranteed react. And I apologize for putting it behind a paywall, but it's just the only way I can filter that many requests. But let's get into this. Let me see what this is about. I don't know. Let's check that out. Let's check this out. Not sure of the tone quality.
There we go.
Whistle note.
That's a whistle. He's the American. I don't know. Where is this? Oh my goodness. That's a whistle. So let's see those. Save. Come on now. There we go. Alrighty, and then let's go window capture. Male singer is in whistle note. Voila. Get that in full. Alright. Change those. This is the first time I'm doing this. So I'm going to try and give context for all these questions because I think that that's important. And if I just do it without like some examples, no one will watch the videos. So here we go. All right. So what are the different tone qualities of a male singing super high, whether it be whistle or something else? Well, let's hear two different sounds and let's talk about them. What? Hold on, wait. That's absurd. That's definitely something I would consider whistle. But there's another sound, and this is what the question was that was submitted. I need to. Whoops. Screw it. I'm gonna put this. All right. Put these in there. Jump cut that. So this is a different tone quality right here. And so this is what was submitted to me over Discord. Let me check my time here. What am I doing? 30 seconds, 37 seconds. Okay, I gotta be quick. Fred. Again, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and give it a shot. Ooh. Yoink. Wow. Really gotta zoom in here. Voila. Okay. Now this is the submission that somebody sent me. Let's take a listen. So I don't think that's whistle. I don't think that's whistle. There we go. No. It is marvelously impressive, but I think it's more of a reinforced falsetto. You can hear the breathiness in it. Oh. Oh my god, okay, that's the whistle. Now this is a whistle, and it's absurd. Window. There's gotta be a better way to do this. No, well. That's a whistle. Yeah, I'm doing time. I only have 60 seconds, so. Because these are going to be shorts. Oops, I'm plus 20, right? 27. So they're short still. Nice. 2 plus 4. Good, keeping it short. Plus 2. And then this plus 2. Really? Oh, I got off. Now this is a whistle. I'm getting latency here. I wonder what the do I have it on 60 FPS? No. Okay. The other one. I'm pretty sure I have both of them at 30. Let's see. Whoa. There we go. vocalized chest bass. Fun. But how much time do I have? So now this is a whistle. Okay. There we go. I'll do this. Very distinct. Really. Very distinct. Ending it too early. Very distinct. There we go. But again with this. Very distinct. Huh. Very distinct. Let's try that. Very distinct. Really, again. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I gotta make sure that I'm getting rid of these bad takes in both folders. It is marvelously impressive, but I think it's more of a reinforced falsetto. You can hear the... All right. Now this is a whistle. Oh, there we go. Is this like subharmonics, what you just did? What I just did? No. What I just did is, that's a chest bass, and then you can connect your folds. That's the false folds. The distinction, this is what sucks about beatboxing. Everything has this little name because everyone's obsessed with these different sounds, and that enthusiasm is great, but it can be a little misleading. That is, what do they call that? Throat bass. That's throat bass. This is chest bass. And the difference is the position of the larynx and the absence of contracting the area epiglottic sphincter. The false folds are the ones that are responsible for chest. You know what? I'm going to make a note. I'm going to make a video about this. Hold on. Very distinct. All right. Let me see that one. Very distinct. There we go. All right. That'll work. Very distinct. Why is it lagging so hard on this? What is going on? Is the bit rate like super high? Bring it down to 8,000. All right. Switch that. And then see. Bring that down a little bit, and then I'll get Dilo's video up. Oh, move these. Let's see. Do I have the jump cuts empty? Maybe. Yes, I do. Cool. Alrighty. Let's bring these folder. So this is a brand new kind of stream for me. So like, it's gonna be a bit messy. Uh-huh. So that's one short, one TikTok. Next video. I'm gonna answer that question. So, now does someone mark the? Yeah. So now the question is, what's the difference between throat bass and chest bass? Mechanically, nothing. The sound is obviously different. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Delete this. Alright, this is gonna suck until it doesn't, so also got Streamline as well. So all the sound between throat bass and chest bass is very distinct. It's mechanically basically the same thing. Okay, let's take an example of amazing Dilo, and we're gonna hear the throat bass here. Oops, no we're not. Oops. There we go. Okay. How long was that? There you go. There's the throat bass. Now let's skip over to the vocalized chest bass. Fast again. There you go. There's the throat bass. Now let's skip over to the vocalized. Yeah. Skipping. The delay is frustrating. And I will explain the difference of like how it's done, and it's not subharmonic. Vocal space. Is there one without trumpet? Now this is chest bass. No. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, I think it's because I'm hitting minus and that affects. There we go. Now this is chest bass. When you want to do a vocalized chest bass, all you do is adduct the folds to achieve that. Let's see what we're on time. 8, 7. Nice, we're killing it. We're killing it on time. Now, the reason that I say that they're both mechanically the same thing is that what you're doing is you're still using your false folds in order to create that rumble sound. But the big difference is, one, that the larynx is lower in chest bass, which elongates the vocal tract, which makes things bassier. But the other part of this is that when you do throat bass, you're actually contracting a muscle to shorten the false folds, which gives it a higher pitch sound, in addition to also raising the larynx. So what are these muscles? The false folds are like this. They're big. They're like a triangle. This muscle right here is called the aryepiglottic muscle, all right? And so when that contracts, the false folds become narrow, which is conducive to higher pitch. But you're still vibrating the false folds in both instances. Did it record all the pauses? Seems like it did. Now, the reason that I say that they're both mechanically the same thing is that what you're doing is you're still using your false folds in order to create that rumble sound. But the big difference is, one, that the larynx is lower in chest bass, which elongates the vocal tract, which makes things bassier. But the other part of this is that when you do throat bass, you're actually contracting a muscle to shorten the false folds, which gives it a higher pitch sound, in addition to also raising the larynx. So what are these muscles? The false folds are like this. They're big. They're like a triangle. This muscle right here is called the aryepiglottic muscle, all right? And so when that contracts, I'm going to have to do that way faster. Way faster. Go to the other one. Same thing. Oh yeah, okay. This one is what's happening. Don't quite understand why this pause is not working here. Cut pause. If recording running and mic is below, that's why. Mic is below there. So it's not fast enough. What's the other conditional? And audio desktop is below. Wow. Not liking me. Desktop audio. Below. Mic. And then items seen, visibility, camera. Off. Okay, it's off. Okay. There we go. That should fix it. The big difference between chest bass and throat bass is going to be how thick the false folds are, okay? How much surface area there is. The false folds are like this, and then there's a muscle called the aryepiglottic muscle. This doesn't have any part in functioning in chest bass, but when you do throat bass, it contracts, which makes the false folds have less surface area, which is conducive to higher pitches. So mechanically very similar, just one little difference. All right, that was 30 seconds. We have... Yeah, we're good. Damn. The big difference between the chest bass and throat bass is going to be how thick the false folds are, Okay, how much surface area there is. Okay, the false folds are like this, and then there's a muscle called the aryepiglottic muscle. This doesn't have any part in functioning in chest bass, but when you do throat bass, it contracts, which makes the false folds have less surface area, which is conducive to higher pitches. So mechanically very similar, just one little difference. Nice. Elegant. I like it. Alrighty. Next up. Alright, we should get to another Discord question. How do I...
Even if I try. Yeah, that's just from... Yeah,
How do I
okay.
undo that from existence?
Whatever.
Nice. Let's change window cap. So the question is, how do I get rid of this sound? No, that would be... good. Yeah. There we go. Then I should do the... Man, there's got to be a better way to change the window capture on these. Like, there's got to be a way to simultaneously change window capture. Here. Voila. So this is a sound that someone wants to get rid of.
Even if I try.
The whistle afterwards is funny. The big difference here, so the low note, what's happening is that there's not a lot of air, and so we're getting a lot of vocal fry. Additionally, if your folds are super slack like this, and you're not getting the sound you want, you can do a laryngeal tilt, and that helps keep them closed and not flopping around, which is what a fry is.
Whatever.
So you'll go from right, that. Now let's do a little that'll help the larynx. And make sure that you're loose and that your body is really active. None of this, okay? Cool. Let's see if that's actually 59 seconds. See, this isn't pausing. What the fuck? Why aren't you pausing? Is it a different hotkey? I don't understand. Annoying. They're like a... Damn, hello, I'm finally watching one of your streams. It's like 1:30. Dude, thank you for tuning in, even though it's 1:30. This is like a Q&A one, so this is not a React stream. So just a heads up, this is going to be for like people who have questions about singing. Oh. Scene item, visibility. Okay. That should be correct. I'm getting like an issue with my automatic jump cut stuff, and it's really frustrating. Like it's just not working. And I'm not sure why. Recording running, desktop audio below, mic below, and then scene item visibility. For at least 0.5 seconds. Let's see. Set zoom. As nested camera. So that should work. Not quite sure what's going on with those. Let me move these. Let me move this. Take. There we go. Jump cuts are probably the most boring thing to edit in the entire world, so it's frustrating that the script isn't working. Can I give an example of polyphonic sounds? I vaguely understand it. Like I can practically tell the difference between polyphonic and falsetto, but not like logically explain it. Sure. Polyphonic singing is done on. I can't sustain it. I just get it once. I don't practice a lot. Damn it. There we go. So the falsetto is the one without the rumble, right? Right, that flute-like quality. That's falsetto. No, what's happening is as I go up there, the false folds are kind of coming in together like that. The way that you would do polyphonic is if they keep vibrating. So that's the difference. It's like you gotta almost do it like a yodel. I should actually answer this question. There we go. All right. Let's get a picture of Hathaway here. This one. That. Layla Hathaway is something else, man. This is absurd. This woman, I'll tell you, is on a level. There we go. Yeah. She has complete control over it and can control her intervals. So she can intentionally harmonize. So I think that's a fourth. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a. Okay. Yeah, Layla Hathaway's fucking. My lights are off. That kind of scares me. Yeah, it's a very, very different kind of sound. So falsetto is what happens when your folds are separate. Polyphonic is what happens when you have falsetto on top of the false folds, vibrating, and that's how you get two notes. The master of that is Layla Hathaway. she can actually control the intervals, which is completely preposterous. How long is this one? Yeah, only 24 seconds. It's good. Damn it. I can't get it. It's like a yodel. All right. Now, sustaining it is very difficult, but you can get up there if you just slide really gently on a falsetto. Every time you get that little grind, that's what's making the polyphonic sound. So you have to isolate that, and that takes a bit, and then you have to sustain it. Damn. And then Layla Hathaway can also control the intervals, and it's just completely insane. So yeah, that's the difference. I would appreciate if you can react to Aurora. She has these kind of sounds. I've reacted to Aurora, and everything I've done of hers gets taken down. I'm not saying like demonetized. I'm saying like they block it, which sucks because she is really she's fun to listen to. Her fan base can get really defensive over an analysis because they like the whole like flower child talent thing, which can be true while also an stuff. But it sucks because I like Aurora. It sucks. Soft palette. Yeah, I know it's yeah, that control is insane. Layla Hathaway is on another level. She actually commented on one of my videos. She said, "Thank you." Uh-huh. What to do with the soft palette depends on what you want to accomplish. So, if you're singing older styles of music, you almost always want it lifted. So for example, if I were doing jazz, birds flying high, you know how I feel, right? High larynx, lifted soft palate, kind of puckered lips, rounder vowel, more round vowel. And then classical music, specifically opera. Let's see. Also very lifted. In a lot of pop music, it's actually become a lot of different. It's very different. People are drooping their soft palate. So if you just wake up and you're like, whatever, right, when you're really slack, but your posture has to be really active. You're hearing that a lot with like Ariana Grande, SZA, Beyonce does it on occasion. He reviewed a singer recently that did that. Let's put that up. More. Let us see. Marsha Ambrose. All right. This is the big one. I really like this one. It's funny. I thought this would be faster, but everything always takes more time than I think it does. That's normal. With you, I feel like it's not play. I don't know. Let's check that because I have a college degree, but doesn't mean I can spell. Yeah, okay, it is within it. How's the 69 look? Pretty good. Let's do this. Oops. So there's a very popular sound that's happening right now. Here's the sound. So what you're hearing there is a drooped, soft palate, and it gives a very specific sound. Ooh. It's very chill. You hear that from SZA. You hear that from a lot of singers. And that's very popular in neo soul, pop music now, and a lot of other places. But it is very contrary to older genres and styles. For example, if I were to do jazz, birds flying high, lifted soft palate. So there's a big difference in tone. So if you want the domed one, just kind of like your posture has to be active, but you got to be like almost like you just woke up. And if you want a lifted palate, inhale K will lift it for you. And those are the differences. 59 seconds. I'm so good. I'm making these into shorts for context. Shorts and shorts and TikTok. So the idea here is to get a lot of these and also have another video. The video will probably bomb, but that's okay. And then those. So far we have 5. Hey, Joe Lux. Good to see you, man. And I hate when they convert text into emojis. I don't know when it started doing. Yeah. I don't like the. I mean, I didn't know what emojis were for a bit. I'm fucking old. Like, you know, back in our day, back in my day, millennials had to type out their emojis. Kids these days, please. But yeah, I didn't know what emojis were for a long time. I just figured out how to. Well, no, I figured it out and then I forgot how to put emojis in YouTube titles, which is like a thing that's going. Anyway, what was the question we're working on? I think it was. Yeah, it's just another whistle. I think I was wondering if by chance if it could be by chance head voice, but it doesn't bother me as long as it can go through my range without a hiccup. Yeah, it can sound very head voicey. That's an E6 I did. Sounds like head voice. Right now, the particular part of my range needs work. This is E flat. It's not the wrong vid. Let's see. Nice head voice. Okay, here we go. Not my best work, but I wanted to sing something quick, so I have an evaluation. It's kind of bad.
Oh, Lord knows, dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone.
A lot of tension here. So let's put that on. Way down there. I used a Nokia 3310. Trust me, I know. And I'm Gen Z, so I actually, real talk, I respect the shit out of Z. Millennials got like really complacent when it came to being active in politics. And I don't like what my country is doing I despise. I think, personal opinion here. So, huge asterisks. I think Roe v. Wade being overturned is like a sign of the end times. I think it's so wrong. It's absurd. And Gen Z is very politically active. I think they want more work-life balance. Like, I think Gen Z is doing stuff that millennials should have been doing a long time ago. And so if millennials are going to be critical of Gen Z, they have to look in the mirror. Because Gen Z is doing it better than we did. So that's my thought. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what qualifies. Politics just ain't my thing. I'm not I usually don't make a point to get too hot and bothered about it. But things like Roe v. Wade being overturned, it's like my father, and I'm pretty sure this is past, they can't prosecute him for this because it's been like over 50 years. My dad's a doctor, and he would have patients come in. He was a psychiatrist. He didn't do any procedures like abortions or anything like that, but he'd have patients come in who, would get someone sketchy because that was, you don't know who you're getting when it's a black market, right? So when something is illegal and there's a service or product that people want, you get a black market. Cuban cigars, abortions, etc. So people will still get abortions, but they just won't get safe ones. So, I mean, we can skip this. This is not a conversation, and I'm not an expert in this shit, but like it bothers me tremendously. That specific one. So I think that's morally repugnant. Anyway, let's get to doing this. So this is a person who's having a little bit of trouble being consistent. Let's take a listen. So this individual can hit notes that are individual, but has a hard time going through the phrase. So how do we fix that? And then here comes the we fix that by getting rid of tension, by addressing tension. That's one way to address the tongue tension, but I can hear this. He's got this going on with his posture, and that's keeping his soft palate down and really kind of interrupting what would be a favorable situation in terms of breath and posture. So how do you work on that? Yay! And then here comes the I was gonna get up and do a stretch, but not working out. I'll delete that one. Sucks. Hate inefficiency. All right. Okay, so this individual is having a pretty easy time hitting higher notes, but has a trouble with sustaining high phrases. Find the yeah, and then here will come dreams are hard to follow. So there are two things going on here, and you can hear that some of those passages are better than others, but there are two things going on. One, in some of these passages, he has tongue tension. Singing on that can really help that. But there's a posture issue going on here. Yay! And then here his soft palate is down as a result of cutting his chin. So if he were to do this, little sways back and forth, that would help his posture and help his consistency. How did I do on time? How did I do on time? Am I a legend? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. Perhaps overly proud of myself. All right. Oh, I gotta take the Discord in because I got a PM. Not again. Let's see who's messaging me. Okay. This is might be about that. Org. We're getting my dad a caretaker for in-home stuff because he's 87. So I just have to respond to that. So good to hear quality vocal advice. It shouldn't be so rare. Like, it sucks. There's a tradition of in singing where people just kind of regurgitate things and they don't qualify statements. And that can work. There are good teachers who don't explain anything, but they give guidance and they use imagery, and that works really well for some people. It never worked for me. It never worked for me. I needed to know what was going on to have a consistent framing logic in order to make it work. So I found somebody. I actually worked with a voice and speech pathologist. I have a lot to learn, but Raya's speaking impressions, growl 24.
My vocal range, some days it can go pretty high, like, and then some days it can go pretty low, like, no, pretty low. The last time I paid attention to Madonna was, when she used to be popular. So. Rosie, I have something.
Oh, okay.
Rosie, I have something to say.
Okay. Let's talk about that. It's actually a dangerous sound. So I'm answering right now. I'm answering Discord submissions. So it should be in the link down below. I answer Discord questions once a week. So like free advice, just because I think that's important to have accessible music education. So if you're interested in that, you can do that. But it's best if you send a recording. 100% best if you do that, because I can actually answer. And I also, just adds up, I ban pretty much anybody. I almost banned a mod. Because they, even in jest, started making fun of someone singing. So that has a zero tolerance policy server. Anyway. So this is an individual who is working on a growl.
Rosie, I have some.
So the temptation when working on a growl is to tighten up and try to get aggressive. But the reality is that you actually need to do quite the opposite. You need to be loose, open, and go to practice it at first. Go from the bottom.
Things that go down there. If I want to show my body, I'm going to show it.
I do that a couple times. And so what's happening there is I'm contracting the false folds, making them come together. Another good way to do that. So if you do that, the lowering, and do that while you're going up. Yeah.
And things that go down there. If I want to show my body, I'm gonna show it.
That? What is going on? That it keeps doing that. I don't like that explanation at all. I think that's a really shitty explanation relating that. All right. So this individual is trying to work on their growl. Let's hear it.
Rosie, I have something to say.
So that's... You want to be able to control your tension. You'd imagine that growls are like really tight and energetic, and they're energetic, but they're loose in every other capacity other than what's called your area pyloric
And things that
sphincters.
go down there. If I want to show my body, I'm gonna show.
Your false folds come together if you hold your breath. You can feel that closing right there in your throat. You want to kind of almost try to keep them closed, but use very little air and do it on the low end. And that's how you get a growl. Lie to me. There we go. Do I answer beatbox questions too when I know the answer? If I don't know the answer, I stay silent because I don't want to give you guys bad information. Being a psychologist, it's a good line of work. It's really helpful for people. I used to love singing and dancing, but I don't know why I stopped. Just did it because phase, but that happened. Yeah, technical difficulties. I mean, it's on me. Like, I have so much. I've made so many tools that, like, a lot of them break. So, like, that happens, unfortunately. You love singing and dancing. Don't berate yourself if you stop singing and dancing. As long as you keep up with it and enjoy it, positive motivations. Which is hard. It's hard to get positive motivation, I think. You really have to learn to enjoy it, to learn to love. And that takes building a relationship with it. I think short term, bludgeoning your willpower is effective, but it puts a ceiling on how good you'll be. And it really makes your practice far less efficient. That's my advice there. 7. Now we're done with the question. Okay, this is a question I don't answer to. Anyone here have COVID and recovered from it? Did you notice changes in your voice? Never been so sick to the point where my voice cuts out when singing. Did you find yourself going through that? I hadn't been actively singing at the time. I will answer that in text. Nodes. I don't know how you spell lymph nodes. Alright, wow. 2 separate words. I got another compound word. So because COVID attacks the upper respiratory system, the consequences on singing are tremendous. Okay. Respiratory. I'm such a bad spell. I've come to really rely on autocorrect. Where do I submit a question? You can do it here, but I highly advise going to the Discord and submitting audio. Because if I hear audio, I can help you with very specific information. Otherwise, I'll just be generally like giving you general answers, and I think that that's not that helpful, right? You want to apply these things directly. So the Discord link is down below. If you like, for whatever reason in your country, no, it would be on the server. If you want to do DMs, go with Instagram. I know people are very sensitive about these things. So if you don't want to share, you can go to Instagram. But just know that I will make content out of that. So, your name doesn't have to be there. So I can make sure that your Instagram is shown. I also started casual beatboxing on. Never took tutorials or thing, but I like what I can do. Practicing is also awesome. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead and submit that. There might be beatboxing questions. Man, everyone here is so awesome. Huh. Jolix, you still here? Someone actually had a really, really cool idea. I don't know if I can tell can I tell who's in the chat? I think but it's from the stream. Maybe there's a way to see here. Pop it up. Oh, I can see predict. Cool. I know it's late. Yeah, which is fine. It's like super late where y'all are. I think for me, it's time to call it after this one. My temptation is to say that those are the false fold. That's incredibly low. And the reverberation is very, very Defiant is putting his 2 cents in. Man. Yeah, he's not here right now. I can send him a message. Jolix is putting a lot of effort in. I can do it lower, but it's pretty uncomfortable, I would imagine. It's very low. Your singing voice, can you go very low in your singing voice? Because I want to know if like how much of this is vocalized versus like if there's a piece of cartilage that's like. Some people are saying that you can vibrate the epiglottis. High growl? I don't think it's a high growl. Okay, good. Defiant's gonna replicate. This might be a vocalized chest bass. Damn, it's so low. I just have a pretty deep voice engine, so I use that for. I don't think it's an inhale. I think it's a vocalized chest bass. I think that's. Yeah, so it's giving you overtones, and this is really helpful. your vowels are helping. So for practice, if you want to practice that sound, you want to start on E because it puts the tongue forward. You might think that the sound is bassier if you're pulling your tongue back, but it's not. You think it is. It's the perception because of bone conduction. Your bones, your large bones, are right next to your ear canal. So whenever you swallow your tongue and put it back, it will reverberate the skull muscles or the skull bones, and you'll get bone conduction. But it's not what anyone hears outside. So you do E. So go on E. Work on your vowels. I don't know how to do that. Those are things that I feel. Anytime there's pitched vocalization, I have an advantage. So, but that's yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. That's it for the stream. I've answered the amount of questions that everybody submitted, and we'll do this next week. There you go. I think it might be very tense chest bass. Maybe. I think stick with the eval. That's another thing you can do. You can do raspberries. That'll help too. Definitely not something I want to practice. Feels not comfortable here a bit. Anyway. See y'all.